In this video, we are going to look at the linguistic classification of modern Indian languages. Look, in India, you will find so many languages, and languages evolve with time, right? It is a way of communicating with each other. Animals may not be able to form words, but they are certainly communicating. Birds use songs and calls, and other animals use a combination of sounds and movements to communicate. What makes we human beings unique is that we have the ability to give words to our thoughts and emotions. And this ability has developed and has undergone changes because our survival and our social interaction depends on it. The speakers of major Indian languages belong to 4 language families, which have their subfamilies and branches or groups. Now this is the table we have to see. Here we have the various language families in the world. Then comes their subfamilies, after that branch or group, and then the areas in India where these languages are spoken. If you look at the Indo-European language family, it forms the foundation for majority of modern speaking languages in India. Something around 73% of modern languages that are spoken in India is said to have an origin from the Indo-European culture. The Indo-European languages are a family of related languages that today are widely spoken in the Americas, Europe, and also Western and Southern Asia. The Indo-European languages have a large number of branches such as Anatolian, Indo-Iranian, Greek, Italic, Celtic, Germanic, Armenian, Tocharian, Balto-Slavic, and Albanian. Modern Indian languages belong to the Indo-Iranian or the Indo-Aryan subfamily. You all must have heard the Aryan migration into the Indian subcontinent theory. The theory is something like this. There was already a highly developed civilization in ancient India known as the Indus Valley Civilization, which was located in what is Pakistan and northwest India today. We are talking about 5500 BCE. This civilization had everything sorted from agricultural practices to the establishment of towns and cities. As per the theory, around 1500 BCE, the Aryans migrated into the Indian subcontinent. They came in contact with the Indus Valley civilization by crossing the Hindu Kush mountains. Since it was a large migration, it was often referred to as an invasion. And many scholars believe that this was the reason behind the decline of the Indus Valley civilization. However, this theory is not widely accepted. There's another theory by some scholars which says around 1800 BCE, the Saraswati river was drying up, and the region where Indus civilization existed had faced catastrophic floods. And the consequence of such a natural calamity caused the economy no longer sustainable and breaking the civic order of the cities. And that led to the decline of the Indus Valley civilization. So these scholars believe that the Indo-Aryan people and languages originated in India, and there was no invasion or migration. Now I want you to just be aware of both these theories. I'm not 100% sure which one is completely true, but then just have some idea about both the theory. I've been taught the similar way like most of us, and it is because of the internet that we can know about more possibilities. So just have a fair point of view and know about both the theories, that's all. Anyhow, as per the linguistic studies, most of the modern Indian languages have their origin from the Indo-Aryan language family. After Indo-European language comes the Dravidian language family. 20% of the modern Indian language has its origin from the Dravidian language family. The majority of the Dravidian language speakers are from Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, and Malayalam. Apart from South India, people from Eastern India and Central India also speak the Dravidian language. In fact, there are some studies that suggest that the South India was populated by the speakers of the Dravidian languages even before the existence of Aryans in India. Anyhow, majority of the modern Indian languages that are spoken today in India have its origin from the Indo-European and the Dravidian language family. Now coming to the Austric language family. This language family forms the origin of 1.3% of modern Indian languages. The Austric language family is divided into 2 subfamilies. They are the Austronesian and the Austroasiatic. The Austronesian includes the languages of Madagascar, Indonesia, and the islands of the Pacific, while the Austroasian includes languages scattered over the Indian subcontinent. If you look at the word Austric or Austro, does it give you a hint of the country Australia? So if you remember the Gondwana land story, how the ancient supercontinent eventually split into land masses of Africa, South America, Australia, Antarctica, the Indian subcontinent and the Arabian Peninsula. The Indian plate broke away from Madagascar and Australia slowly. So that's how the Austro influence came in the world language family. And the Austroasiatic subfamily is much more strongly represented in India because India is now part of Asian continent. Just a quick fact, the other subfamily, which is the Austronesian language, did not spread to Australia. You'll find this language family throughout Southeast Asia, Madagascar and the islands of the Pacific Ocean, but not in Australia. And the reason is simple. Australia was never connected to mainland Asia and has always been an isolated continent. So the ancestors of Australian ethnicity had to sail to Australia. Anyhow, in India, majority of the speakers of Austroasiatic language family resides in the eastern and central part of India. And the last one is Sino-Tibetan language family. These subfamilies are Tibeto-Myanmari and Siamese Chinese. The geographic distribution of this language is in Northeast Asia, East Asia, Southeast Asia, Southern Asia, Central Asia. In India, the influence of this language family is in the northeastern states, in the Himalayan region of Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. And if you look at the people of northeastern states, then people from Ladakh region of Jammu and Kashmir and northern Himachal Pradesh, they have facial features similar to people of China, Tibet and Myanmar. Because in the past, many of the ethnic groups, tribes and kingdoms were started by immigrants from Tibet, China and Myanmar. Anyhow, this is everything you had to know about the classification of modern Indian languages, how it originated and its distribution.